Hi folks, I'm Craig Taylor, and as always a huge thank you for joining me here on my YouTube channel, the Bushcraft Padawan. Regular viewers and subscribers will know that I try and get out at least once a month for an overnighter, and I've been able to do that. I've been successful in doing that since February of this year. Been able to get out for at least one night a month. I've just got back from a couple of weeks holiday overseas, glanced down at my watch and realised this is actually the last weekend of August. It's Sunday the 27th of August, so I thought I'd better pull my finger out and get out to the woods so that I don't miss the August month of the year. I've come to the usual spot, well, I say the usual spot, I've come to the spot that I discovered in my last video. I'll link to that up here, and it's the area that already people or somebody in the past has been using. There's a simple lean-to over there, there's a fire area just here. I'm sat on a very nice stable bushcraft type bench log, so it's quite a nice setup, and it's not too far to walk in either, which is good because it's actually now 5 to 5 in the evening, so I'm going to need to get my skates on a little bit. As always, when I come out, I don't just come out to tinker around. I try and come out with something very definite in mind, and there are a couple of things, there are three things really that I want to do over the rest of today, this evening, tonight and tomorrow morning. Firstly, I want to practice my feather sticks. When I went on the elementary bushcraft course with Paul Kirtley and Frontier Bushcraft back in April of this year, I came to realise that my feather sticks, and most of the feather sticks that I see, are pretty dire. There are a few splinters at the end of a piece of wood. They're not these great, effective, useful, value-adding fire sticks that I've seen him and his team do, and that I was able to do on the course. So I want to focus on some feather sticks. I want to get that cracked. I also want to do a little bit of field sharpening of my knife, because I know that I'm going to be battening wood. I know that I'm going to be using the knife to do the feather sticks, so I want to just try and refine my field sharpening a little more by using my DC4. And I think perhaps most importantly, I want to introduce a new person from the Taylor clan to this outdoor life, and here she is. There she is, there's my daughter Evie. Evie's just turned 7. Regular viewers will know that I've often been out, or I've been out several times with my son Finley, who's 9, but Evie decided that she wanted to join me on this trip, which is brilliant, of course. So to be honest, although I want to, although I've got this agenda of things that I want to get out of it, my primary purpose really of coming out is to expose Evie to living outdoors, or being outdoors at least for an overnighter, not on a campsite but in the woods, and just to spend some time with you, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. But there's some things that you want to do, aren't there, over the next few hours? What do you want to do?
Well, when it's like the evening and it's a little bit dark,
yeah,
we might go for a night walk.
Yes, you want to go for a night walk, but you don't just want to go for a walk in the woods in the dark. You want to wear something, don't you, while you're doing it?
Yeah.
What do you want to wear?
My head torch.
Yeah, well, my head torch.
Yeah.
She wants to wear a head torch and go for a walk in the woods in the dark, which is brilliant. I think we're almost on a new moon, so there won't be a great deal of light. I don't think there'll be a great deal of light this evening, so it'll be quite useful for Evie to see just how much she can and can't see by using a head torch. And you're also going to help me out in just a few minutes, aren't you, by collecting something?
Yeah.
What are you going to collect?
Some firewood and kindling.
Yes, you're going to collect kindling, aren't you, for me to get the fire started,
Yeah.
once I've hopefully got these feather sticks cracked. So that's enough blurb from me and the little one. Why don't we get on with actually getting the shelter set up? Even can start collecting the kindling, and we'll start moving things along. bit more.
Daddy,
Yes,
it
darling.
was there, from there, and now.
Good girl. Keep going.
Good boy. A little bit. I'll get the pan ready.
Hi folks, and welcome to the morning after the night before. Very short video this one. As I said earlier in the video, I came out quite late. I've got my daughter with me and it's her first time out, so a lot of time was spent with her. So not one of my longest videos, and not one of my most, from a personal perspective, most productive overnighters that I've done. Let's have a look at the things that I wanted to do, and they're both connected actually, and I thought they might be. I wanted to do more, I wanted to experiment more with feather sticks, and I also wanted to practice my field sharpening. Now the knife that I came out with was razor sharp, it was shaving sharp. I spent a lot of time at home on different Japanese whetstones and strops. It was very, very sharp. Brought it out, did probably about 3 battens of wood, and it was like a butter knife after that. It didn't hold its edge at all. So consequently, when I tried to produce the feather sticks, as you saw earlier in the video, they just went, you know, that they were bloody awful. Now some of that will be my technique, I've got no question about that. A lot of it is down to the sharpness of the blade though, and it just wasn't sharp. Within minutes it went from being, like I said, shaving sharp, hair poppingly shaving sharp, to bloody blunt, or as near as damn blunt. So I then tried some field sharpening, and what I came to realise was that I need to work on my field sharpening as well, because clearly if I've got a knife that doesn't hold its edge well, and the knife that I'm using is the Bushcraft saw at the Bushcraft store. The Bushcraft store, it's either the boar or the grizzly. I think it's the boar. In my experience, it just doesn't hold an edge well, so I need to get much better at field sharpening. Gave it an attempt out in the field, wasn't very good at that either. So clearly, I either, you know, something needs to change. I needed to get another knife, or I need to become much better at field sharpening. So although my feather sticks weren't that impressive at all, although I did create 2 and they, you know, they helped to light the fire, so they did their job, but they weren't, you know, I wasn't proud of them, shall we say, but they did their job. They were functional. Clearly there's, you know, I need to work on both my feather stick technique and also the field sharpening of my knife as well. So they're the things that I wanted to get out of the way. They're the things that I'm going to store at the back of my memory and in my notebook to work on in the future. But of course it wasn't all about me this trip, was it? It was about somebody else as well. In she comes. There she is again, covered in soot and mud, hair everywhere, twigs in her hair. She's been out about 12 hours and she's turned into some sort of feral wood child, which is brilliant. I love it. So do you want to explain what you've done since you've been out, what you've enjoyed doing?
Well, I've enjoyed doing the night walk, even though I was scared.
Tell them, not me.
I've enjoyed doing the night walk.
Even though you were scared?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you see on the night walk? What did we see lots of?
We saw lots of, like, first of all, we saw like little shadows jumping on the floor, and then Daddy put his head torch on, and then they were little frogs.
They were tiny frogs. We were walking across earth that was very, very light, and we could see these shapes moving because we didn't have our head torches on. We kept them off so our eyes could get used to the dark. And we saw these tiny little movements, and you were right, they were tiny little baby frogs, sort of the size of your thumbnail, tiny little things, and we saw lots of them, so clearly they were all moving from one place to another, weren't they?
Yeah.
You enjoyed that?
But the first frog we saw was a grown-up.
Yeah, the first one we saw, which we didn't actually see, we heard it rustling in the leaves,
Yeah.
and we got our torch
I
on that,
saw
didn't we?
it.
You saw it, yeah. We didn't see it at first, so we heard it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Then we put our torch on and was able to see it. That was much bigger. And what did you wake up to this morning? In your sleeping bag? In your ear?
Oh, a caterpillar.
Yeah, she had a caterpillar lodging on the outside of her ear this morning, which was tickling her and woke her up, so that became the focus of your morning, didn't it?
Yep.
And then what did you move on to? Show them what you've been working on.
I've been working on spit.
That's it, hold it up so they can see, darling. There you go. So she's been using the back of a folding saw. What have you been doing with it?
I've been shaving it so I can just see white on it, and you can use it for putting like sausages on if you're in the wild for the fire.
That's what we did last night, wasn't it? In fact, you were that was your part of the job, wasn't it? Getting the tea ready was to pierce the chorizo sausage that we had with a spit that we made yesterday, and you enjoyed it so much you've decided to make one this morning, haven't you?
Yep.
Brilliant. Anything else you want to add?
The ants.
Oh, the ants, yeah. We had a few tears this morning because a few ants bit you in your sleeping bag, didn't they?
Yeah.
But that was okay. They've gone now. So that was it. Another fun-packed episode. That's August almost out of the way now, moving into September. If you've enjoyed watching the video, if it's made you smile, if it's made you think about something, if it's made you reflect upon your practices, please do give it a thumbs up. If you think that there's someone in your network that would enjoy watching this, then please do share it with them. You know where that share button is. And as always, a huge thank you to those of you that do subscribe. But if you're not yet a subscriber and you want to keep tabs on what I'm doing and what she's doing and what her brother's doing, then please do feel free to click that subscribe button and you'll keep updated on future videos. As always, a big thank you from me to you for watching. And now's the time that we wave at the camera and say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye guys, cheers.